A certificate warning, an impossible travel alert, and a payroll vendor outage can look like three unrelated problems. Security Plus asks whether you can connect them, choose a control, protect the architecture, investigate the evidence, respond safely, and explain the business risk. This guide turns the current SY0-701 blueprint into a Defender evidence portfolio, so every study session ends with something you can show and explain. Security Plus validates baseline skills for assessing an enterprise security posture, recommending and implementing controls, securing hybrid environments, working with governance and compliance, and responding to events and incidents. The current exam is version 7, SY0-701, launched November 7, 2023. You have 90 minutes for a maximum of 90 questions, with multiple choice and performance-based items. The passing score is 750 on a 100 to 900 scale, not 75%. CompTIA recommends Network Plus and 2 years in a security or systems administrator role. That experience is recommended, not a hard prerequisite. The current version 7 objectives divide the exam into 5 domains. General security concepts is 12%, control categories, CIA and AAA, zero trust, change management, cryptography, PKI, hashing, encryption, and signatures. Threats, vulnerabilities, and mitigations is 22%, actors, vectors, attack surfaces, vulnerability types, indicators, hardening, segmentation, access control, isolation, and patching. Security architecture is 18%, cloud and on-premises models, virtualization, IoT and industrial systems, secure infrastructure, data classification and protection, backups, resilience, and recovery. Security operations is the largest at 28%, secure baselines, asset and vulnerability management, IAM and MFA, monitoring, SIEM and logs, enterprise controls, automation, incident response, forensics, and investigation data. Security program management and oversight is 20%, governance, risk, compliance and privacy, audits, awareness, plus vendor assessment, agreements, monitoring, and third-party risk. The weights total 100%. They guide your study budget, they do not predict an exact question count. Do not study those domains as separate folders. Use one fictional hybrid company, employee laptops, an identity provider, a cloud app, a local file service, backups, guest Wi-Fi, and a payroll vendor. Start with the mechanism. A certificate binds an identity to a public key. The client checks the name, validity, issuer, chain, and intended use before trusting it. IAM then decides who may reach payroll, with MFA and least privilege reducing account risk. Architecture adds trust boundaries, segmentation, encryption, retention, and recovery choices. Operations supplies hardened baselines, vulnerability triage, and correlated identity, VPN, endpoint, firewall, DNS, and cloud logs. If a suspicious login appears, contain only what the evidence justifies, preserve a timeline, recover, and verify. Governance turns the same evidence into a risk decision, incident communication, vendor obligation, and residual risk record. Every control has a mechanism, evidence, cost, and trade-off. Start with the official objectives as your checklist. For a 50-hour example, pure weight allocation gives 6 hours to general security concepts, 11 to threats and vulnerabilities, 9 to architecture, 14 to operations, and 10 to program management and oversight. That is a baseline, not a pass formula. Keep coverage across every objective, then use evidence to move the next study block. If your certificate inspection is independent but your incident timeline keeps missing key logs, leave PKI and review and shift time toward operations. Weight sets the first plan, your recurring errors update it. For each objective cluster, repeat a short cycle, learn, explain from memory, apply in a safe lab, capture evidence, diagnose a benign fault, review the miss, and retest later without notes. Use loopback, disposable local virtual machines or containers, simulators, and synthetic data only. Inspect a self-signed test certificate without trusting a lab authority on your daily system. Triage synthetic findings using exposure, exploitability, asset value, and compensating controls. Build IAM roles and verify both allowed and denied paths. Compare a secure baseline before and after a change. Correlate synthetic logs into an incident timeline. Tabletop recovery, write a risk register entry, and review a fictional vendor's data flow, notification clause, audit evidence, and exit plan. For PBQ-style practice, write the goal, constraints, evidence, blast radius, and verification test before changing anything. Then verify the outcome end-to-end. Never use dumps, recalled exam questions, public targets, real credentials, malware deployment, persistence, evasion, or destructive actions. Give every objective 3 proof scores. For explain, can you teach the mechanism and trade-off without prompts? For apply, can you configure, classify, analyze, or document it safely? For defend, can you diagnose a scenario, choose a justified response, verify the result, and preserve evidence? Score each from 0 to 3, where 3 means independent performance. Attach an artifact, a trust boundary diagram, certificate inspection, harden config diff, scan triage note, log timeline, incident worksheet, risk entry, or vendor review. Tag each miss, knowledge gap, confused control, misread qualifier, weak evidence, wrong sequence, excessive action, failure to verify, or time management error. Readiness is broad coverage, repeated independent work, improving timed results, and fewer recurring errors, not a universal practice percentage. In the final week, recheck the live exam page and current objectives. Stop adding resources and close scorecard gaps. Rehearse control selection, PKI, IAM, log timelines, incident order, risk treatment, and vendor decisions. Complete at least 2 timed mixed sessions on separate days, with error review between them. Redo one compact cross-domain scenario from architecture through hardening, monitoring, response, and risk reporting. Confirm your appointment, accepted identification, testing rules, route or system test, and sleep plan through the official provider. On exam day, notice qualifiers such as best, first, most likely, and most secure. Identify the desired outcome before choosing a control. Prefer the least risky option that satisfies the stated requirement. Budget the full exam, follow the live interface instructions, and verify every PBQ requirement before moving on. Use the current SY0-701 objectives. Budget by weight, rebalance by evidence, and connect every mechanism to an artifact and trade-off. Practice only in owned, disposable environments with synthetic data. If you want guided Security Plus preparation, hands-on training, and the practice exam access described on the live course page, see the WSQ CompTIA Security Plus course from Tertiary Courses. The link and complete scorecard checklist are in the description.